Sack Life, Beat Depression. It's day 648, and we're back with another somatic healing session to wipe out depression. This time, coming in live from the Sack House itself, out here in Kearney, New Jersey, with another round of somatic healing to give you those good feelings. I apologize for my lack of coordination and brain power possibly this morning because I did just wake up. If you've been following the journey, you know that I'm on an adjusted schedule, taking care of my pops overnight. Mom takes care of them in the morning. So this is my morning. So good morning to you. Good morning to everybody out there. I hope you've had an eventful day already. And I hope that we can get through this lesson and I can keep my composure. Shout out of gratitude to the first people here. Remember, gratitude is that powerful mental health tool. The more we use it, the more valuable it becomes, the more easy it becomes to find those things to look forward to in life. So I want to shout out gratitude to everybody supporting the cause and to the first ones in. Shelly, I see you, Shelly. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. Simon, Amaze, and Mad with Hats, thank you for being here. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I haven't had breakfast yet. Literally just woke up like 10 minutes ago. So this should be all right. Thank the universe. It's a Wednesday, which means it's an active recovery day. We're going to be doing a Water Flow Wednesday. We'll be tapping into that breath work tool to calm the nervous system and linking it with movement so we can refine our martial arts. Shout out to Claire. I see you, Claire, out there. Thank you for being here as well. Yes, it is morning for me. It's not morning for people in my area. It's actually 6 o'clock in the evening. But it is the morning for me. I'm starting my day at this time because I'm on that adjusted schedule. So good morning to you, Claire. What time is it out there? I know you're tuning in from Canada. I think we're in the same time zone or similar time zones out there. Shout out to Lisa the Luminary as well. And Claire said, guess what? What is it? What's happening? Claire, let us know. As we wait for Claire, we want to talk about those other mental health tools. We talk about the gratitude tool. So go ahead and think about those things you're grateful for. I, of course, am grateful for your support, for everybody here, for everybody who's supporting the cause and supporting each other. Think about the thing you're grateful for. That'll put you in that positive mindset. Number 2 tool, keep track of your progress. Keep track of those number of days that you show up for yourself, put in the work, and move forwards. Whether it's 1 minute of training or all 10 minutes of training, whether it's this program or something else that builds you up mentally and physically, give yourself credit for taking time out of your day to give that moment to yourself so that you can move forward. Because it's not easy. It's not going to be easy every day. You know, every day is going to present challenges, and that's why we train every day to overcome those challenges and be prepared for the challenges that will await us in the future. But keeping track of that progress will let you know not only how strong you have been, but how strong you are and what kind of progress you can look forward to in the future. So please do keep track of that number. Builds up into more confidence, self-esteem, and self-validation, which nobody and nothing can take away from us. And Claire said Claire asked us to guess what? She said my sick in my breathing things got smaller. Mom says it's called lungs. Well, that sounds like good news, Claire. Smaller is better when it comes to sickness, and I wish you a speedy recovery. Keep fighting forwards. If you don't know Claire, she's out there, 5 years old, battling forwards through chemo, showing up for herself, making progress in the ways that she can, and that's inspiring to us. It's inspiring to me, hopefully inspiring to a lot of people, that we've got to find ways to do what we can. If Claire can move forward, we can move forwards too. There's no point in comparing each other's struggles because we're all individuals. We all deal with different things. We process differently. We've been raised differently. We handle different things in life, but certainly we share struggles. We do have struggles in common. They might not be the same struggles, but we all go through struggles. So we want to take note of the fact that we have been persevering for X amount of days through whatever has been, and take note that other people are doing the same. That will let us know that this is not an impossible task. We can find ways to move forwards, just like Claire's finding ways to move forwards for herself out there. So thank you, Claire, for sharing that. And thank you to Lisa. Lisa said, that's great, Claire. I'm thinking about you every day. That's awesome. It's great to see the community support as well. Mad with Hats coming in with the awesome Claire. Good stuff. Love to see that support out there. Thank you guys so much for supporting each other. And Mel the Blind Fury, thank you for being here as well. And Slayer Ken's in the studio also. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in, for being a part of this. We talked about gratitude. We talked about progress tracking. It's been 648 days of consecutive training, consecutive progress from you to Sackman. Let me know how many days it's been for you. And of course, if you're having a good experience out there with any of these free mental health tools that we're sharing, please do leave your comments in the comment section under the daily posts, under our daily training classes. I know I've been asking before for DMs, but my DMs are flooded with all kinds of things. And when we share our progress, if you do have something beneficial that you found in the class, when we share that progress in the comment section, it can benefit more than just me from here in a DM. It can benefit everybody who sees that post on Instagram or online. And in that way, we can share that progress with the world. So please do, if you are having a good experience, please do leave it in the comment section underneath the post, and we can share it with the world together. We make a positive impact together. We know we got this thing for ourselves. We get stronger every day, but when we work together, we can do even more. We can be even stronger than that. So let's find out what kind of a positive impact we can make. Ken says, congrats on 648. Thank you. I'm doing my best out here every day. Also, we got another Ken in the studio. Ken Bro 777. Thank you for being here. When Roses Blossom. Thank you as well. And Slayer Ken Lupine just let us know 256 days of consecutive progress from Ken. Good stuff, Ken. It's great to hear about that progress. I'm glad you're still going consistent. No doubt you have faced numerous struggles in that time. That's a very large amount of time to be consistent. And I know Lisa's out there with those big numbers as well, up there in the 300s. Getting close to a year, I think, Lisa. Any day now, it's going to hit a year of consistent progress. And no doubt Lisa has faced struggles as well. So keep, Claire said, is Pennsylvania on Earth? Yes. Yes, it is. I'm not sure what that has to do with anything, but Pennsylvania is a place on Earth, Claire. Now, we talked about those mental health tools. Let's get into today's lesson. We're going to talk about another mental health tool, that breath work tool, that diaphragmatic breathing. This is one you mentioned, Claire, helps you sometimes calm down when you're dealing with a nervous situation. So let's practice that tool first, and then we're going to link it into that motion, that movement, to make it super effective as a stress relief tool and to improve our martial arts at the same time. So what we're talking about is diaphragmatic breathing. What we're going to do is place one hand over the chest, one hand over the belly. We're going to take a deep breath through the nose, filling that belly with air, expanding that belly, and then slowly exhale long and slow out of the mouth with a little bit of resistance in that mouth. So the first step is deep breath through the nose, keeping the chest flat. We're going to breathe down deep into the belly. Let's do it together. Fill that belly with air. Hold for a moment. And long and slow. Exhale out the mouth. Letting that belly fall. Letting all of that air out. And that's called diaphragmatic breathing. When we breathe deep into that belly, it expands the diaphragmatic muscle. It trains that diaphragmatic muscle. It activates the sympathetic nervous system, which calms our nervous system. Physical movement coaching. Thank you for being here. You may know something about this. We're talking about diaphragmatic breathing. We're talking about moving meditation. So the first tool that we're using is a breath work tool. We're taking that deep breath in to the belly to calm the nervous system. Long breath out of the mouth. Exhale with a little bit of resistance to further exercise that diaphragmatic muscle and calm that nervous system. Shout out to Hello Nurse. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. And let's do that breath one more time. 4 seconds in through the nose to the belly. Expand that belly. Hold for a moment, then long and slow exhale out the mouth. Let's do it together. Deep through the nose to the belly. Keep the chest flat. Hold. Long and slow. Exhale out the mouth. All right, that is our breathwork tool. Now, you might already feel some calming effects of that diaphragmatic breathing tool because it's a tool. If you use it correctly, it's going to do its job, and that'll help calm that nervous system. Now, we're going to make it even more effective and practice some martial arts by linking that breath with movement. So on that deep inhale, diaphragm is muscle. Not deep, but it is a muscle. It's part of deep breathing, Claire. That was for Claire. And Luke Kent said, is it Pneumonia Wednesday? Yeah, it's deep. Water Flow Wednesday today, or Watermelon Wednesday, as Claire likes to call it. Shout out to Joel Mueller as well. Thank you for being here. We're getting into a somatic healing session. It's a Water Flow Wednesday, active recovery time. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. We don't want to do that super high intensity training every day because it's just going to break us down. We have to have days to recover. Rest and recovery are a super important part of training, which is why we do 2 active recovery days on the show per week. Today is one of them. It's a 10-minute session, Water Flow Wednesday, and Sunday is our second Active Recovery with Superhuman Sunday, where we tap into multiple mental health tools as well. Shout out to Hishigami for joining, and Claire says Watermelon Wednesday. I like the emoji, Claire. Thank you. Let's get back on track. We're going to have some calming music as well, coming out of our sweet retro 80s boombox out here. Well, it's encoded with binaural beats to help you relax and get into a meditative state. You can check that out on Spotify, stream it through headphones, and then you can try to see if that binaural effect works for you. So check that out when you get a chance. It's of course free on Spotify. Just Google the artist sacklifeofficial.com and look for that binaural beat. Now, we talked about that breathwork tool. We want to link it in with movement now. Our basic movement is going to be those fundamentals from Muay Thai stance. We're just going to step into a jab. We're going to rotate through for a cross, paying attention to all those little details that we can refine in our body, in our stance. Keeping our stance nice and balanced, chin tucked, guard high. And what we're going to do with the breathwork tool is link that exhale that we talked about through pursed lips. Link that exhale with your forwards movement as you extend into your striking patterns. And link that inhale with your reverse movement back to your defensive stance. Now, this can be done with any striking pattern from any martial arts form that you'd like. You can create a routine that you enjoy. And we're using that breath as a coach, that breath as a guide. It's going to be that simple diaphragmatic breathing tool, 10 minutes through, all the way through the class today. And yeah, we're going to start with jab and cross, but then we're going to grow from there. And you can grow it into your own routine as well. We're going to be mixing in other strikes. We might throw some elbows in there. We'll dissect that elbow a little bit. We might toss some knees, nice and slow. Deep inhale back to stance. Hold for a moment, long and slow. Exhale into your striking patterns. Now, we want to keep it controlled. It's an active recovery class, which means we want to keep it low intensity. And so we're going to restrict our striking patterns to 2, maybe 3 movements max, 3 strikes max, because we don't want to pick up that pace too much. We don't want to get the heart rate excited. Instead, we want to flow through those patterns just like water, just like Bruce Lee, using that exhale, turning slowly into that form, refining that form. And we want to finish that last strike right at the end of the breath, ideally. If you're not there, don't worry. Just slow that breath down. Breathe through it and follow that breath as a guide. And we'll get that activated, we'll get that nervous system under control with that diaphragmatic breathing tool. Soralana, thank you for joining. I appreciate you out there. That being said, I think we're all good. We talked about the diaphragmatic tool. We talked about the movements. We're going to start with jab cross. We'll grow into other more advanced techniques. And if you're a beginner out there and it's your first time, stick with the jab cross. Go at your pace. Challenge yourself to your level. That way you can see growth every single day. We're here to challenge ourselves, not challenge each other, and that way we can avoid the burnout. Claire said, hiya, hiya, hiya. I think she's getting excited out there. Calm down, Claire. It's a water flow Wednesday. It's time to relax. We're going to make it nice and peaceful. Get that calming music in the mix as well. And get this show on the road. Let's do it. Bam, there it is. All right, so we're going to start with just that breathing tool. You get this timer going. Go ahead and square up. And let's pop into our defensive stance, defensive Muay Thai stance. Nice square, balanced stance. Feet evenly spaced apart. Body weight nice and centered. We're going to bring that guard up high by the brow line, closing the fingers, tucking the thumbs, tucking the chin. Dominant hand is in the back. That's where your rear leg is. Our weight is shifted on the balls of the feet. Tuck that chin, square shoulders and hips with your visualized target. Now from here, I want you to take that deep breath in through the nose to the belly, nice and slow. Hold that breath in the belly. When you're ready to strike, long and slow, exhale. As you twist through, extending that front fist forwards, turning that fist over, tucking the thumb, squeezing at the point of impact. You have just made contact with that depression dummy's face. Now, take that deep breath in the nose to the belly as you return to stance. Bringing that guard back, squaring up those hips and shoulders again. Keeping the weight on the balls of the feet, and long and slow exhale forwards. Out the mouth, fully exhale there. All that air out of the belly. Deep breath through the nose back. As you return to stance, hold that breath. Long and slow exhale forwards. Keeping the guard high on the opposite side. You can have that front guard, side guard. Fully exhale here. Deep inhale back to the belly. Hold that breath for a moment, and we're going to add in the cross in 3, 2, 1. Twist through both strikes. Bending just a little bit at the knees will help in that rotation, and keep the weight on the ball of the foot. Hello, nurse said, let's flow. Heck yeah, flowing together, growing together. Deep inhale back to defensive stance. Keep that guard high, long and slow exhale out that mouth. As you flow through that striking pattern, using the breath as a guide. Now, if your stance is too narrow here, you're going to feel like you're going to topple over. You want to come back to center, return to center, square up the hips and shoulders. Make sure that your stance is wide enough to keep that balance. Keep everything nice and sturdy. Bring the guard back up, deep inhale to the belly. Long and slow exhale out the mouth. Twisting through on the ball of front foot for the front strike, on the ball of rear foot for the rear strike, and deep inhale back. I just noticed our timer's on its wrong setting. Apologize for that. I can fix that right now. What is the one thing? All right, we're going to get a little bonus breath work tool action today. Now that I fixed that timer. Pop back into defensive stance. Take that deep breath into the belly. Through the nose, and long and slow exhale in for jab and cross. You're going to keep that head on the center line nice and balanced. Everything evenly spaced. Turning through the ball of the foot. Clenching that fist at the last point of impact there. And fully exhale in this position. Deep inhale back through the nose to defensive stance. Hold that breath in the belly. Long and slow exhale. Forwards into striking patterns. Deep inhale back to the belly. Hold that breath. Long and slow exhale forwards. Remember, put some resistance in those lips. Some back pressure in those lips as you're striking. Deep inhale back to defensive stance. And now we're going to start changing things up. So feel free to change things up and use different striking patterns that work for you. You can add knees, you can add elbows, you can add kicks if you'd like. Whatever you'd like, whatever you find fun. I'm going to start to flow with it as well. Feel free to follow along, or if you want to stick with the jab cross, stick with that jab cross. That's totally fine as well. Deep inhale in defensive stance. Step in for your first strike. Fully exhale. It can be a single strike here. It can be double strike, or at max 3 strikes. You want to fully exhale in that striking pattern out the mouth. Deep inhale back. Hold that breath in the belly. Long exhale forwards. Fully exhale there in striking pattern. Deep inhale back. Hold that breath for a moment. Now we can work some defense in as well. We can work some parries. Parry counter. Parry counter from the rear hand. But we want to make sure we slow it down and use that breath as a guide for our movement. Deep inhale back to the belly. Recenter. Let's try some parries. Long exhale through the parry. And then roll through for the counter jab. Fully exhaling here in attack position. Deep inhale back. Now we're going to parry from the opposite side. Long and slow exhale. We're swatting that incoming punch out of the way with a parry. And then we're twisting through the shoulders and hips, exaggerating that movement, rotating on the ball of the back foot for that rear strike. Fully exhaling in striking position. Deep inhale back. Hold that breath for a moment in the belly. Step in for a 1-2 long exhale. Flow through it like water. Bringing those hands back to guard after they strike. Fully exhale in that position. Deep inhale back. Through the nose to the belly, long exhale forwards. Deep inhale back. Refine that form, keep that balance. Long and slow, exhale through that pattern. Wait, deep inhale back. Trying to add some knees in there today. Long exhale forwards. Deep inhale back. Now, as your balance improves, you'll be able to do lots of different moves in here. Long exhale forwards. Deep inhale back to defensive stance. Long exhale forwards. Deep inhale back. Long exhale forwards. Deep inhale back. Long exhale forwards. Fully exhale in that striking position. Deep inhale back. Long exhale forwards. Deep inhale back. Now remember, if you don't know these other striking patterns, feel free to stick with the jab and cross. Flow through them with that breath and let that exhale de-stress. Deep inhale back to the belly. Come back to center. If you're feeling lactic acid buildup, go ahead and shake out the arms and legs. Stay loose, stay limber. You pop back into it, pop back into defensive stance. Deep breath into reset to the belly. Hold that breath for a moment, long and slow. Let it go as you let it flow. Deep inhale back through the nose to the belly. Hold that breath for a moment, long and slow exhale. Into your 2 strikes of choice, creating your own flow-based routine for active recovery. Deep inhale back to the belly, tuck that chin, long and slow exhale forwards. Deep inhale back. Now we can practice some different types of jabs if you'd like. We can practice an evasive jab where we open up that shoulder, get the head off the center line, and still twist through the hips. But instead of tucking the chin into the shoulder here and keeping the head on that center line, we're going to open up that shoulder space and keep the head off that center line, make it a little more evasive. Deep inhale back. Long exhale forwards. Into that more evasive jab. Deep inhale back. Long exhale forwards. Head off the line. Evasive jab. Deep inhale back. You may want to keep that guard higher on the opposite side. Long exhale forwards. Deep inhale back. You can do the same thing with the cross. Here's a straight cross, tucking the chin into the shoulder for defense. Back to stance. Here's an evasive cross. Boom. Bringing the head off the center line. Opening up the space in the shoulder. Keeping your head off that center line for counterattacks. Keeping the guard high. Fully exhale there in attack position. Deep inhale back. There's some variations for the jab and cross. You can mix them up. Straight. Straight. Fully exhale. Deep inhale back. Long exhale forward to evasive strikes. Getting that head off that center line. Deep inhale back. Straight strikes, no evasive head maneuver. Head stays on the center line. Deep inhale back. Hold that breath. Keep it nice and slow and controlled. Long exhale into evasive jab cross. Deep inhale back. Long exhale forwards. Let's mix it up with some uppercuts. Deep inhale back, long exhale. Do both uppercuts. Deep inhale back and hold in the belly. Long exhale forwards. Deep inhale back. Hold that breath and we can work in some kicks. Teep kick. Long exhale through letting the hand drop on the same side of the foot. Hips go forwards as shoulders go backwards to maintain balance. Return to defensive stance. Deep inhale to that belly. If you ever lose track or get out of flow, go ahead and return to that defensive stance and return to that inhale, that deep breath. That's your solid base. That's your foundation. Deep breathe in. Hold. Long exhale forwards. Step back into stance. Deep inhale to the belly. Long exhale forwards. Deep inhale back. Long exhale forwards. And work in some checks. Check those kicks as well. Deep inhale back. Bring those knees up high to the inside of the elbows for a check. Long and slow exhale through. Deep inhale to the belly. You're focused, you're calm, you're centered. Keep it centered. Keep it balanced. Deep inhale to that belly. Long exhale through for that rear check. Point the toe. So many spaces to refine. Brace the hand on the head. Guard stays high. And when you fully exhale, deep inhale back to defensive stance. Long exhale into striking pattern. Deep inhale back. And that's going to be end of the striking pattern for today. Let's tune into just the breathwork tool for a moment to make sure we got that active recovery session in, just in case you got carried away with the excitement of actual striking. That haya haya, as Claire likes to say. So we're going to tune into just the breath. We're going to take one hand over the chest, one hand over the belly. And I want you to check in on yourself, see how your nervous system feels. If you nailed that breathwork routine, that flow-based routine, should already be calm. But if not, we're going to change that right now. So take a nice, deep 4-second breath into that belly and hold for 7 seconds. And then we'll exhale long and slow for 8 seconds together to calm that nervous system. Deep through the nose to the belly in 3, 2, 1. Hold. Long and slow exhale out the mouth. Four seconds deep into the belly. Hold for 7. Eight-second exhale here. You can close your eyes to make it more effective. 4 seconds into the belly. Hold for 7. Eight-second exhale. Get all that air out of the belly. And deep inhale back through the nose to the belly. 4 seconds in. Hold that breath for 7. 8-second exhale here. One more time, and that's going to be it. 4 seconds in. Hold for 7. 8-second exhale. And that is the end of our Water Flow Wednesday. I hope that you guys are feeling those calming, stress-relieving benefits of these sessions, of these breathwork tools and these movement tools, finding that moving meditation that works for you. Remember, as an individual, we all have different roads, we all have different avenues on our journey that will work for us. Some will work for us and not for others. Some will work for others and not for us. And that's why it's important that you find the ones that work for you and combine them into a super effective routine for you, to give you the best fighting chance against depression or anxiety. If you found something that works, or you found a benefit to anything that we've covered in this class, please do let the world know in the comment section below these videos. That way we can share that progress with everybody else and get stronger together. Until next time, I will catch you same SACK time, same SACK channel, same SACK life. SACK man.